Hey, it is Tuesday night here at the Grumpy Acres homestead. Hope everybody had a good week. You may notice that I am by myself right now. Angela just called. She got off work about 15, 20 minutes ago. She is going to be late. So you guys got to put up with me for the time being. No quarter looks like it's just you and me, man. Oh, there's three people watching, but I only see one person in chat. So you guys, if you're in chat, go ahead and give me a 5x5. Let me know that you're hearing what I'm saying, that you're picking up what I'm laying down. No, seriously, I hope everybody had a good week. Honestly, not a lot to talk about this week. It was kind of the same week we've had for quite a while. Got a little bit more gardening done. Hey, Leonard. Oh, no quarters in the hospital bed. So you guys be nice to him. He's picking on those cute nurses. But as far as food production goes, we had harvesters on Friday, and I ended up with, oh goodness gracious, I'm going to say about 10 2-pound bags of potatoes that are going to be processed. We're going to make some to freeze, and then the goats and sheep will get the rest of them. It was really weird. If you guys don't know what harvesters is, I've talked about it several times. It's a organization that takes food from grocery stores that they write off because it's getting close to the expiration date, and they give it away. Well, I volunteer because we do it there at the government center, and whatever's left over, I just bring home for the animals. Right. This last time, man, they had a lot of really good food. There were 108 crates, milk carton crates full of single serve chocolate milk. So they were given like an entire crate of chocolate milk to every single car. We had an entire cardboard gaylord full of those bags of potatoes. I'm telling you guys, if you're looking for a way to get it basically free food, finding a harvesters, if you're in the Midwest, or they've got them all across the country. They're under different names, but they're not necessarily food banks, because food banks will do means testing. The ones that give it away, the surplus stuff, because the grocery stores get a tax write-off for donations, and so, but those are spread all throughout the country, and I highly recommend getting them. It's a great way to build up a little surplus, a little margin. If you can can the fresh vegetables or whatever, what you don't use or what you don't want, you can take and pass it around. We ended up sending some stuff that I'm not going to eat, and Angela wasn't going to eat because it's not anything that we enjoy. But we send it down to the kids, and it's a great way for them to feed the family inexpensively, And I've said it before. The one thing about preparedness, if you let your ego get in the way, you're going to make it exponentially harder on yourself. Hey, half bubble off plum, best name on the interwebs. We need to learn how to check our ego, and once you do that, you get a lot more done. Because our ego keeps us from accepting things like this. It keeps us from asking for help when we need it. So that's just something really important to think about as you're going through this whole preparedness thing. Hey, Paul. I saw Dana, and I think I saw Jane Marie. Jane Marie popped into. Hello to everyone that I did not say hi. I wanted to finish my thought there. But the garden is coming in very well. One thing I figured out about the way that I laid out the garden this year, I took 2-year-old hay and 3-year-old hay and rolled it out across where we had it tilled up, and put cardboard down, and put the hay on top of it. And I did it way early this spring when it was still somewhat chilly and cold outside. And I figured out that one of the reasons why it took so long for what I transplanted to take off is because the ground wasn't warm yet. So hopefully, it's supposed to be in the 90s with the heat index of over 100 the next 2 or 3 days. So hopefully that heats things up. And I can tell you right now that the stuff on the edge of the garden where the hay's not so thick and is relatively new is starting to take off. I know the weeds and the grass around it are just going gangbusters right now. And by the end of the weekend, it's going to be 10 times worse. You know, the bad thing is I had to take my weed eater in and get it serviced today, and it's not going to be done till next week. But it's been, goodness gracious, 7 years since I had it maintenance. You know, so this is again, here's a lesson to learn. If you're listening to me talk here, get your stuff maintenance on a regular basis. Take it in at least once a year and have somebody go over it and do a maintenance schedule on it and make sure that everything's running properly, especially when it comes to your gardening stuff. Because I'm going to tell you what, I have turned a garden by hand, and it was only 1,600, 2,000 square feet, and that is a pain in the butt. And I can't imagine doing a 4,000, 8,000 square foot garden, trying to do that by hand. You know, they used to do it. I don't know about you guys. Put one in the chat if you want to go back to the old ways of doing it. Hooking yourself up to the steel plow and having your little one guide you as you're plowing it, like they used to do back in the medieval times. You know, quite frankly, I have no desire whatsoever. Let's see what else food production wise. The baby chicks are growing like weeds. The Jersey Giants and the Golden Comets were born at the same time, and the Jersey Giants are at least twice as big as the Golden Comets now. The Jersey Giants have been out in the brooder out in the shed for 2 weeks now. Golden Comets are in here, and they're almost outgrown this. So I have to get another have to get another coop put up. Oh, Susie's in here. She said, my sheep and goats and chickens don't want to do their own chores. Absolutely, they want me to do them. Oh, she's talking to Susie about Gregory. Yeah. No, they're little socialists. They're all little furry socialists. They want to live off of somebody else's efforts, you know. But we love them. We love them. They're a good food source. You know, and speaking of food source, we lost another guinea 2 nights ago from a predator attack, and I'm not. It's got to be a coon or a possum because the only thing that was gone was the head. I think she was sitting on a batch of eggs underneath a horseradish plant, and something got in because the gate for the little garden bed that she was in was shut. So that means that she had to jump over the fence, and I'm not quite sure how it got in there and got her, but sure enough, it got her. It got her sometime during the night, and I didn't catch it until I got home because she was back in a corner as I was walking around checking on stuff after I got home. You know, so we gotta watch out for that. Oh, Mama came home. Dolly and Frey are standing at the door with their little tails wagging because Mama's home. Let's see what else food independence wise did we get done this week. I can't think much of what we did. Oh, hang on a second, guys. Make it home. What's that? Oh, it's a book. Yeah, Dana. But you know what? Losing animals is just something you learn to deal with. You know, it hurts, but you can't let it drag you down. How was your day?
Good.
It was just good.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Good.
I'm being the dancing monkey tonight, entertaining everybody.
Do you see what you have going on back here?
Back where?
You have a chicken.
Oh my gosh! No, I didn't. I must have accidentally knocked the wire off the top of the Californians little thing. We got 3 little Californians in there that are about, how old are they? 2 weeks now? They're 2 weeks old, maybe 3 weeks. I knocked it off, and they were all 3 sitting on the edge of the brooder, watching me from behind. Angela shushed them back in there, put it back up. Yeah, so everybody's growing. You know, I did buy a new run. It's I think we told you about it last week. It came, and I finally started putting it together. And I got to be honest with you, it was only after taxes and using Amazon points and everything, I think I paid $138 for it. And I thought what I was getting was something akin to a dog run, you know, with the 1 inch or the 1.5 inch pipe with the regular chain link fence. And it wasn't. It's like, you know, the tent poles with the little buttons, and you stick them together and they go together that way. That's the way all the poles are. And they're only 3/4 of an inch round at the most. And the chicken wire is very lightweight. And I had planned on winterizing it, making it so that one end was enclosed and I could put up a temporary door and all that. I think I told you about it last week. Well, I can't do that because the frame is not sturdy enough to handle the weight of all that other stuff. So I'm having to figure out how to do that, how to get it done. And I think what I may end up doing is buying 2x4s and building a frame. I've got a bunch of tin from sheds and stuff that is sitting over there in the material pile. And I think I may take half of it down and put a shed on one end of it so that they've got a little, it'll be a 10x8, 9x8 shelter for them. And I'll make it so that they can crawl in there in the wintertime. We'll do a deep bedding in it, and they'll be able to stay warm. And the fencing on it is, like I said, it's extremely lightweight chicken wire. I'm going to have to figure out how to reinforce it. I think I've got some hog panels, and I think I'm going to wrap the bottom of it in hog panels so that like coons and stuff can't get in it, because they don't have a, from my experience, they don't have a habit of crawling up unless they can see an opening. And I'll just make it so they can't see an opening, and they won't travel up and try to get in that way. Knock on wood. Let's see here. Dana asked a question. No, you know what, Paul? For the price I paid for it, it's not bad. It's a good base for what I want to do. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Let's see here. Did you see the VP had a very fancy chicken coop installed at a VP residence, custom made to match the architecture? No, I did not see that. I'm going to have to check that out. Do they live in, is the vice president's house is over in Anacostia, isn't it? It's over in Maryland, I thought.
Is it paid with taxpayer dollars?
Oh, I'm sure it was. You know what? Angela just snarkily said, was it paid with taxpayer dollars? And even if he did pay for it with taxpayer dollars, I'd rather have him use my money for that instead of the transgender theater in Peru. Seriously. You know, I'm trying to figure, I can't remember, where's the VP mansion?
I don't remember.
I thought it was over on Anacostia. Anyway, I wonder what the zoning regulations are for
He's the vice
livestock.
president. It doesn't matter.
You know what? Nobody's above the law.
Apparently they are.
Nobody's above the law. Okay, Dana, would you let an animal eat all the meat and take it with them for later? Actually, Dana, the wild animals, it depends on what they are. Coons and possums have a habit of popping the heads off and eating the heads and leaving the rest. Foxes and bobcats will
kill
them. They'll leave dead carcasses around. They'll take some back. Foxes are probably the best about taking
too much.
They take what they kill with them, because they take it back to their den. Yeah, hang on a sec. Yeah, the naval. See, but isn't the Naval Observatory there on Anacostia? I don't remember. It's been so long since I was in DC. Oh, it's in DC. Okay. Hawks. If the animal is small enough, like a chick, the hawk will fly off with it. But if it's a big bird, they'll sit there and eat on it on the ground.
Unless you have black chickens. You gotta put black chickens on the ground.
I saw something today.
What?
I saw a video, and the guy had a crow post kind of thing, where he would put trinkets for the crows to get the crows to come in and hang out on his property. Mm-hmm. And whenever the hawks showed up on his property or flying over his property, the crows would go attack it and chase the hawk off. So we have to figure out what kind of trinkets crows like and set up a little crow shrine or something. Plan. Yeah, so that we get them in here.
We have them in here.
Yeah, but they don't stay here.
They don't stay here.
They go someplace else. I was telling them about food independent stuff we did this week.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. Just dog food. Angela says we need to do a video of Freya doing her dance when we feed her, and then do a video about
Dolly. You mean?
Or Dolly. Do a video about the dog food recipe, which is a good idea. It's a good idea. I don't see that very often coming from Homestead. Oh, Skane says our signal is sketchy.
Well, so there's power out all over the state of Kansas and Missouri. So we even have branches that still don't have electricity, and they're not projected to have electricity for a while.
I did not realize how bad the storm was last night.
Tornado went over 75. All the trees are flat across the highway.
Well, Spags put a picture up of his front yard, that big tree in his front yard. Over.
Yep. Yeah, it was bad. And so it looks like a tornado, just a small one, but enough to take care of what it did. There was debris all over the highway, and they cleaned it up since. But
how bad was it here last night?
I don't know. I was sleeping, and it started raining and thundering, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." And I went and laid my head on a pillow, and I was out. And so then, because I sleep to storms, and so then, which was probably dangerous last night, but it is what it is.
I got woken up by Fancy, because Fancy came in pawing at me because she was afraid of the thunder.
She was afraid.
So I got her to lay down next to the bed, and I had to literally sleep with my hand hanging off the bed.
That's hilarious.
On her, just to keep her calm.
Yeah. So they're calling in volunteer. Well, they're probably not volunteer, but other power companies from other states are coming in. They all left this morning. So they've been keeping us up to date, because we have to know what each branch is doing and what's going on.
Dana says she watched Twister on Roku. That was our son's favorite movie when he was 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
And he talked about the naked
tomatoes.
The naked tomatoes, and we never could figure out what the hell he was talking about.
He used to run all over the lake, and everybody used to crack up laughing. The naked tomatoes are coming. The naked tomatoes are coming. Because when we were at the
he
lake,
had to be like 5 or 6 then.
Yeah, when we were at because Lexi was with us, and Lexi was 3, so he was 7, 8. And so when we had to take cover, we had to go to the shower houses because they were concrete. But yeah, and then I don't know.
Let's see. Raccoons here know that not to go in the pens with donkeys. So do all the coyotes and fox.
No, we need to
do their job well.
Yeah, we need to get a donkey.
I remember one time, something was going on in the pen. It was dark, and I walked down there and I startled the flock. And we had basically 2 round pens sitting next to each other with a gate between them. And it wasn't very wide. So whenever everybody ran, it kind of got congested through there. And I hear this noise after they leave. And there's a raccoon. Apparently there was a family of raccoons in the pen because I chased one off, but one got stampeded on, so I had to put it out of its misery. It was a sow with 2 or 3 babies. But yeah, the animals learn. Somebody texted me about the cherry Coke and the fly stuff recipe. I don't remember exactly what everything is. So.
1 can of cherry Coke, and 2 tablespoons of the golden fly powder, and you got to mix it in a bowl outside,
a glass bowl
outside, and make sure all of the animals are up. And then you need to collect that bowl before you put all of the animals out.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're going to lose everything.
And anything that drinks that will take about 10 steps and it's keel over dead. It's very, very efficient. I hate poisoning them, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, and like I had to kill a snake this weekend. I don't like snakes, but I don't like killing them if I don't have to. But I was getting ready to put up that pen. I had to move some lumber, and there was a big 5-foot-long black snake, and it had eaten an entire clutch.
No, today it's only 5 foot long.
No, I said it was 5 foot long.
So it's 10 feet long.
It wasn't. No, I never said it was 10 foot long. But it had eaten an entire clutch of guinea fowl eggs, and I tried shooing it off, but it kept trying to come back, and it got very aggressive with me. So I ended up having to kill it and take it over and dispose of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they'll have buddies, Gregory. Don't worry about that. Because we'll get 1 or 2, and then we'll have them out there with the sheep and goats and all of that.
Paul, I'm going to take your word on that.
What's that?
Paul says that groundhogs taste like chicken.
Oh.
I thought they tasted like groundhogs. That would make sense to me.
So a little PSA why I was late from work.
Okay.
So just a PSA. When you want fees refunded from your bank, you should not be yelling at the person that you're talking to, asking to refund the fees and treating them like they are crap.
Hang on.
What'd you do? All kinds of stuff.
Oh, you guys still there?
Here's your picture.
Oh, I disconnected the camera. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I was checking. The microphone's not working.
It's not.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Your microphone died?
Can you guys still hear me? Give me a 5x5 if you can hear me.
Taking that as a no. Who is it? What's buzzing?
Okay, they can hear us.
What's buzzing? Oh, okay.
I don't know what's buzzing. It says the microphone's working. I wonder what microphone it's using.
Probably the computer.
Okay. Well, you guys, you're not complaining? I just noticed the lights off, and we'll get it. I'll look at it later. Anyway. Oh, so what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying just a PSA when you want your bank fees reimbursed because you made a mistake, you shouldn't yell at the person that you're asking to refund the fees and treat them like crap.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Wouldn't that make sense? It's a little PSA.
Yep. This is crazy. This is gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna sit there and fiddle with the microphone all night long.
Well, good. Then maybe the video will be shorter.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. What else did we do this week? What did we do?
I went and saw grandbabies.
She went and saw grandbabies this weekend. I stayed here and got rained on the entire weekend.
We got rained on, but we got the garden weeded there, and then the kiddos, Atticus and Eliza, helped me weed the garden. Well, really, they just talked about the bugs in the soil and watched me weed the garden. And then Eliza, there was yarrow all over in it. And Eliza, I think she was a little set back because I was pulling her flowers, calling them weeds.
That's medicine.
Well, that's what I told her. I'm like, it's medicine, but you're not going to use it. Just throw it in the burn pile. So we did that, and then we cooked and did all that, made some scotch eggs and did that kind of thing and played and had fun. So
Good.
yeah, it was a good time. So, and then they all announced that they wanted to come live with grandma, and I'm like, not live with me, but live next to me. I would love that.
Yeah,
So
that'd be nice.
yeah. So they're super excited. It's just because I spoil them. That's why. But they deserve to be spoiled. They should be up here.
That'd be nice if all the grandbabies were around us.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, well, it is what it is, right?
It's just exciting that now that they can talk and express themselves and know that they want to be next to Oma, it really helps.
They're much more interesting now that they can talk.
Yeah. Ooh, and they're talkers.
The grandson, every time I see a picture of him, it amazes me how much he looks like his dad. And he takes his clothes off like his dad used to.
Yep.
Our son, when he was small,
couldn't keep him clothes.
Man, he would off his clothes would come first chance. He'd run around in his underwear. Underwear and one sock.
Yes.
I could never figure out the one sock thing.
That's funny.
Hey, down under heard from. How things going down there, my man?
Hey.
Just talking about the week, talking about seeing the grandkids. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else.
Oh, the book, he heard from John Willis, and he got his SOE equipment, special operations equipment. He got the book, and he messaged me, and he says, he goes, tell G I got that book, and he goes, this is wonderful. I'm going to share it with everybody. And I said,
good.
Cool. So, and then I told him what you said, that was not expected, and really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And so it's always good. We always try to help each other out and do all that. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, with SOE special operations equipment, they're on YouTube, and he has some great tactical gear.
Yes, he does.
And he's actually doing stuff. He'll work with you on custom.
No, he doesn't do custom.
He is doing custom now.
He's doing custom now?
In fact, he just put out a video. How would you like your, I forget what it was. I think a mag bag or something like that. And so, or some pack. And he's working now with clients working on doing so. I think they're like bigger clients though.
Yeah.
And so he's working with them designing some equipment.
I'd still like to have him make some rolls for a propane survival kit. Hax and I have been kicking around putting together propane stuff for preparedness, like valves that allow you to fill a 1 pound, the little green canisters off of a 25-pound canister, gravity feed, different types of connectors to go from one connection to the other connection. Did you see the speaking of propane stuff, did you see the picture I sent you today?
Yes, I saw the picture.
So I'll make sure you got it.
I was looking.
I'm not going to tell you guys what the picture
I was
is.
looking around the kitchen to see if it was here. I kind of figured it would have been.
No,
here.
I was thinking Father's Day's coming up, or
why am I buying you a Father's Day?
I got a birthday coming up in July.
I'm throwing you a party.
I found something that I really want, but I can't justify $100 on it. So I very rarely ask for gifts, so I just kind of threw it out there. So
What's a flamethrower?
It's not a flamethrower.
That is
it's not a flamethrower. It's a burner.
It's okay.
Flamethrower. If you want to get me a flamethrower, I'll take a flamethrower too.
No. It's like it has like different burn lengths.
It looks like a science fiction rifle, but you hook a 1 pound propane canister up to it, and it's a burner. You can use it to burn leaves or weeds, and you can use it to start your bonfires or your charcoal grill or something like that. And when I say it looks like a sci-fi rifle, it looks like a full-size sci-fi rifle. It's actually really cool. Did you show anybody?
No.
Oh, you should show them and see if they think it's cool.
You know what? I know exactly who I'm going to ask. I know exactly who I'm going to show it to and ask, because he will be honest with me. He will tell me.
What?
I'm going to show Christopher your picture and see what he thinks. And if he goes, ugh, then I know, or ugh, then it's bad. But if he goes, oh,
I always wonder about ice. Keeping product cold, need ammonia, and how. Well, with the ammonia, you're if I remember correctly, you're using the evaporation of it going. Around here, I realize that you're down in Australia. In the Midwest, they used to just in the wintertime they go cut great big blocks of ice off the river and off the lakes, and then they bury it in sawdust, and they would have ice until mid-July, early August.
Yeah.
And everybody would just go up to the ice house and they'd pull the sawdust back and
take their ice that they needed.
Yep, chip off some ice, and then what's it called? Azure, ZUR. There's a Northern African. It's a clay pot inside a clay pot with an inch of sand around it, and basically what you do is you put your food inside the interior clay pot, and then you fill it full of water, around in the sand, and you cover it up, and the evaporation from the water through the clay pot will cool it. They literally cool it down to about 50 degrees, which will that'll keep food for a lot longer than being out in the open in the heat.
And then here we use root cellars as well. So a good root cellar stay at about 62 degrees for you year round.
Okay, Rank says you can trap the gases and use it. Okay. Let's see here. Use a burner to lightly char a sheet of plywood. The results look good. I know a guy who floored his house that way. Huh. I've seen that. That's actually a Japanese technique.
Mm-hmm.
You can also do it. You char the ends of your posts,
right, and they last longer
before you put them in the ground because it keeps them from decaying.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of ideas. I'm not gonna lie, I want it because it looks cool, and as a boss once told me, cool costs money, but I could find some practical uses for it too. Just think, I could make a backpack for a 25-pound tank and just run the hose up underneath there with the proper adapter and just walk around the property.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need, is to be able to do that.
Burning all the weeds and stuff out.
Burn the back of the house. Burn the back of it out.
But
burn that trailer down.
We're not burning the trailer down. You want to burn the house down? Let's light that thing on fire and let's see how quick the house burns up. Yeah, that wouldn't be very smart.
Oh, take the fun out of everything.
No, I've never done a short about using a burner. I got an attachment for a 25-pound canister called a dragon's breath, and it's just a burner on the end of a long pipe so you don't have to bend down and just walk around and you just scorch the leaves and kill them.
And it works fine for you.
It does, but it's not cool. You're missing. Okay, guys, do you guys understand where I'm coming from on this? You can't feel good about it unless it's cool. You got to look good while you're doing it. Everybody when I was in high school playing football, everybody used to make fun of me before the game because part of my pregame ritual was making sure that my uniform was perfect. My socks were rolled down around. I used to roll my socks down around my ankles in case I got kicked in my ankle. It wouldn't hurt as bad because I didn't use high tops. I used low top cleats. But my ritual was I had to look good going out on the field. And it wasn't vanity. It seriously, it wasn't vanity. It was about creating the proper mindset going out there. Because if you look like a slob, you're going to play like a slob.
Okay.
Until you start playing and you get dirty, then the dirtier you are, the harder you're going to play. What are you looking at?
Get a box of nasty ticks dropped off. I don't want that.
I always wore odd socks for good luck. You know what? I knew a guy. In fact, we had to have a talk with him. it was the 80s, so we had half t-shirts for, because the shoulder pad straps keep you from chafing. We had a guy that did not wash his half shirt the entire season.
That's disgusting.
And by about the 7th or 8th week of the season, it was getting really ripe. And we were like, dude, listen, we've already lost a couple of games when you had it on, so please wash it.
Oh goodness.
Oh man. The rain. We are out of the drought now, officially. The pond is deeper than it's ever been.
The aqueduct is losing water though, which is weird.
What aqueduct?
The main aqueduct.
Soldier Creek.
No, the aqueduct, the under the ground between Colorado Aquifer. There
the
you
aquifer.
Go. Yeah. I saw a map on that. It was really concerning.
It's the Ogallala Aquifer is what she's referencing, guys, and that's the aquifer that runs from
Colorado up to.
Well, actually, it goes all the way up into Wyoming, all the way down into northern Texas.
Yeah.
All the way from the Front Range out to probably about 70, 80 miles west of us. It's one of the largest aqueducts. No, you got me.
I'm sorry.
Aquifers in the country.
It's been a long day. I've been training all day, and then tonight with that conversation.
Well, you realize that the western Kansas is still under drought conditions, even with all the rain we've got.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a little while for it to charge up.
Right. But man, we've been getting rain. Holy smoke.
We got more coming this weekend.
And there's some coming tonight. I think there's some coming tonight.
Is there supposed to be some
I think so.
Ugh.
That's why it's so humid right now. It's humid at 110 degrees today. And people everywhere didn't have electricity. Ouch.
Was it
Kayla didn't want to go home. Kayla's like, I'm staying here.
See,
she didn't have electricity.
See, this is why we prep. We could survive without electricity for a couple of days.
Yeah.
We could do that very easily.
The damage with the trees and buildings and everything that came down, it's going to be more than a few days.
Yeah. Rick, those are our golden comets. Our golden comets and
Jersey Jets.
Well, no, the Jersey Giants are outside. The Californians, the little black ones.
Oh, you put all my jerseys outside?
Yeah, all the jerseys are outside. And they're ready to go into a new coop. I just got to get that one finished.
Yep.
I may put them in the metal coop.
Yeah. I need to check on their size. I'm trying to record how they grow so that we know, because these are like no normal size bird. They went fast. Usually we keep birds in the brooders for 6 weeks minimum. And then sometimes we have to debate whether or not they're going to stay in a little bit longer. And these guys, I swear it was 4 weeks?
Not even that.
Yeah. And we were like, okay, they can go out. And so they're just rapidly growing. Like, woo-wee.
Right now the birds sound very soothing. They oh my God, they get loud. When the TV's on, they're like, brah! Just making all kinds of noise.
Because they want to see.
Oh, Gregory says Grand Island's got funnels forming. Ugh.
Yeah. It's going to be a rough one.
Our electric went around once. I fired up the generator, watched movies outside, and barbecued for a week.
Awesome. Yeah. Speaking of, did you start looking for the projector? We need it for your party.
Yeah, it's out.
I need to see the size of it. I need you to get it, make sure that we have it, make sure that it's working. And then I need to see the size of it because I got to figure out what we're going to do as far as getting that out.
Okay.
And I'm a planner, so I can't do that last minute.
You mean you're obsessive, compulsive,
whatever you want to call
disordered?
it. I'm organized.
No, you're not organized.
I need this.
Yeah. Well, did you invite him over for some Barbie and a movie? Tell him what you should have done was you should have said, hey, bring your food over. We'll cook it and help you eat it, and you can watch a movie in payment.
What do you say? What does this say?
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
The neighbors hated him because he said, hell no.
Yeah, they all get jealous.
He said, hell no.
I've had people like, did I see lights on in your house? And I'm like, yes, you did. And they're like, how? Didn't you lose electricity? Yes, we did. But nobody cares enough to ask for further information on how they too could have electricity. No, most of the people around here get it. It's just the ones that are from the city that moved here that have issues. So, yeah. Yeah, there you go. How? I'm a prepper. Right. Oh, I went and I had my backpack full today. It was so funny because I had those 3 dozen eggs, and then I had my 2-liter, and then I had lunch for Robin and I, and so I put it all in my backpack.
Why are you feeding Robin?
Because Robin brought the tortillas for me to cook.
Oh.
And so I told her that was part of the deal.
Okay.
And so anyway, that's how you got food, and you have food prepped, so I wouldn't get too terribly upset about it. Stingy. And then and I don't mind feeding people. She came to me, she told me, she said, that's so good. I love home cooked food. It's like comfort food. She goes, now I need to go back to my desk and go to sleep. so I was like, but so my backpack was full, and I come in and I had, like I usually do, I had my purse slung over my shoulder, the body style, and then I had my backpack on, and I'm just hiking in, and I got to put everything in, and Chris takes a look at me, and he's like, did you finally bring your get home bag in? Is it staying? And I looked at him and I said, well, this isn't my get home bag. I said, this is mine and Robin's lunch. This is eggs. This is my 2-liter. This is my survival kit for today. And he just started laughing.
That chicken coop, the chicken coop is huge. It looks very nice. I could stay there. Oh, which one? Which chicken coop?
Not ours. You wouldn't want to stay in ours.
You could live in the one.
You could live in the one.
If you kick the chicken. Actually, you wouldn't even have to kick the chickens out.
No, you can stay in half of it. Chickens could stay in the other half.
Stay in one half. And
we'll just have to wall up.
The one that I had that burned down was about twice as big as the one we've got now.
Really nice.
Because we were going to be doing the.
Well, we were kind of it was going to be the commercial side of the chicken.
Oh, she's talking about
JD
Vance's.
Yeah. Well, we don't have the tax dollars to build something like that.
Yeah. If I had the taxpayers paying for my chicken coop, it'd be a hell of a chicken
coop. You guys, and I'm joking when I say that. I do not believe that that's true. I bet you that darn thing is mobile, and knowing how JD Vance was raised and how he believes and the way they do, I would expect that that's mobile, and it'll probably be going with them when
that's all a fabricated story. I'm sure he grew up in a trailer park, but beyond that, I'm sure it's all
kidding me.
It's all fictionalized to make him look better than what he is. They're all the same.
Get out of here.
They're all.
I don't think so, but anyway. So, God, why do you gotta burst my bubble and everything?
I'm just saying. Because we got to live in the real world.
Yeah.
We got to keep it real. What are you looking at?
Dead plants, and I'm wondering why. And I'm hoping that those are tomatoes and not the herbs.
Everything up at top I thought was tomatoes.
No, I have some herbs up there.
Oh, do you? Oh, let's see. What else? That's about it. I can't think of any other homestead stuff that we got going on.
It's really about it. It's just a lot of rain and everything. It's hard to get anything done.
Yeah.
We are going to start working on the back of the house, though, because kids are coming for his birthday.
Who's we? Me? You can help?
I was going to help.
Are you? Okay.
Well, I have to mud. I'm the one that muds. I'm the one that I don't do a very good job, which
I have to mud.
Why I still mud.
I have to mud.
But, I mean, I'll help you get the drywall hung and all that stuff. And so I did with the other room. I don't know why you're like sassing me now. I even helped with the bathroom.
It'd be great if our VP would subsidize chicken or something for the American people. That would be useful and good chance for a good change from looking oak. Oh,
well, I don't know. I think since he's doing that, maybe that's a good thing. An ordinance in cities everywhere will go away and people can start having chickens.
Yeah.
So heard what Shawnee County finally they were going to shut down where you couldn't have chickens, and Shawnee County's down Topeka area here, and you weren't going to be allowed to have chickens anymore. And finally, the people stood up and they were like, "No, wait, enough is enough," and they fought back, and so they changed it for right now. Anyway,
let's see. I wanted to chop down a tree, but the wife wouldn't let me. As the birds were living in it, 7 generations later, I spent $1,000 saving a tree for her birds. Well, sometimes we got to do what we got to do.
But, and then, I don't know. There's something else I was going to say. I can't remember. No, but that was pretty much it because I took off for the weekend. So there was really nothing for me to do except for play with grandbabies.
And it rained. I'm not going to lie. It was hot for a little bit, and then it rained, and I came in, I sat down, and I had fallen asleep a couple of times. Although, I went to church, and the pastor was gone for some reason, so they had some lay people running church, and I did not bring my glasses, and I did not bring my hearing aids. I could not understand. They didn't have the microphone going, and they didn't have the slideshow for the lyrics.
So we couldn't hear or read anything.
I couldn't read the hymnal. Couldn't read. I usually follow along with my phone. Well, not usually. But I either follow along on the screen or on my phone for the Bible verses. And I couldn't do that because I couldn't see them. And then even if I couldn't hear anything anybody was saying. All I heard was tinnitus the whole time. So I spent the entire time in church coming up with a sermon that I would give if I was a layperson giving a sermon.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
No, he likes your rings.
Oh, what? Who?
Rick says he likes your rings.
Oh, my wedding rings?
That one's not a wedding ring.
No, this I just used because this one is too big, and so I haven't got it sized yet. So I just used this one to do it. But that's Black Hills Gold. We have that here in the U.S. Comes out of North Dakota.
The Black Hills?
Black Hills, yeah.
South Dakota.
South Dakota? I thought it was in North Dakota.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I have these as well.
She's a jewelry person.
I like my jewelry.
There's
nothing wrong with it.
There's 4 or 5 guns on her fingers. Let's just put it that way.
Actually, there's more guns than that. Your Lapua is on my finger.
That would be one gun.
5 Lapua is on one finger. Anyway.
Guess what Daddy's getting if you pass away?
Well, guess where the rings are going if I pass away. The kids are getting them.
Kids are going to be very upset when they don't get any of Mom's jewelry and Dad's walking around with a new Lapua.
You just buy them all a Lapua.
Yeah. So. You get a Lapua and you get a Lapua. Oh, goodness. Yeah, apparently Rink's wife is a ring jewelry
person too. Yeah, I love it. I've got a lot of antique jewelry too, from my mom's jewelry and my grandma's jewelry and stuff like that.
OPSEC.
I love it.
You just made us a target now.
Well, I have a giant safe that nobody can get into, and dogs everywhere, and cameras now. I had to get cameras because the stupid.
Look, if they've watched our lives, they know how good the dogs are at being guard dogs. They know exactly how good the dogs are.
Oh goodness. Anyway, all right. Well, I am gonna go ahead. I know I was late. I'm sorry, guys, but I am exhausted. I'm just so tired.
I'm tired too.
And so I think it's the weather. I think it's just because it's so hot. And I go in, I work in a refrigerator. Not really, but they keep it very cold in there. And so I'm freezing all day, and then I walk outside, and then I walk in. So I'm really not feeling good either. And I don't know what's going on. So,
Paul says the buffaloes are attacking people in South Dakota again. Yes, because people are idiots, and they get close to a great big wild animal.
And they usually have shiny things on them, and that doesn't bode well with buffaloes.
And they don't listen. Here's the deal with the animals like that. They will let you know when they're getting pissed off.
Yep. They stomp their feet.
They make all kinds of unusual noises that are basically saying, get the hell away from me.
Yep.
And when you ignore them, you get what you deserve, right? That blows my mind. So in Estes Park, Colorado, on the 9th green of the municipal golf course, the elk like crawling into the trees next to the riverbank and giving birth to their babies. So they shut down the 9th and 10th green all the time. Well, these knuckleheads get in there and I'm going to play through. So they get on the 9th green and they start teeing up, and all of a sudden here comes an angry cow coming out of the bushes, and she'll stomp them.
Yeah.
You know. And buffalo, I can tell you that the buffalo are very, very aggressive whenever they're mad.
Do you remember that bear that had the 2 cubs that was on the library lawn in Estes Park? That was ridiculous. And so there's literally a mother. She had her 2 young children.
About this last week, didn't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. And she had 2 cubs with her, and she, like, the mother and the 2 kids, they were like going up to the bear and trying to get pictures, and oh, look how cute, and blah blah blah. Night, Rink. Well, good morning for you. Have a good day, and much love to you guys too. And so then I had the window down. I wasn't even thinking about the window being down because I figured if anybody was going to get mauled, it was going to be them. And so we're like slowing down because we're like, this is not a good thing. There were cars slowed down in front of us because they were watching. And that damn cub came up to the car, to my window. I rolled up the window really quick, and the mom was like roaring. And I knew, I was like, I am not competing with that.
She was chuffing.
Like, I'm not competing with that bear, and I'm not petting that cub. And so I rolled the window up and told Garen, like, try to get out, get out of here. So I think my cousin Megan was behind us, weren't they?
I don't know.
And Aunt Vicky, I think they were behind us, and everybody was just floored by what was going on.
Well, I'm not going to lie, Dana. If I would break out the camera and film it if I saw somebody trying to get close to a bison or an elk or something, I would film it just for prosperity's sake, just so I could show my family this is
a PSA of what you do not do.
This is a representation of the gene pool being emptied out, being cleansed. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Can't save people from their own stupidity, though. You have to let people make their own mistakes. As long as they're not hurting you, you warn them.
Yeah.
Tell them, hey, that's not a good idea, and then whoop, let them go.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Hold my beer has saved the world from a lot of problems down the road. Let's just put it that way.
Oh my God. Yeah, Dana's like, yes, a PSA.
And the hold my beer moments are good because they do one of 2 things. They simultaneously filter out the gene pool, but they also make it so the strongest survive.
Right. I've had a couple hold my beer moments.
Oh yeah. I've survived a couple.
And I'm like, Garen, hold my beer. I'm taking care of it right now. I did that in the driveway. I was like, oh my gosh, the neighbor came over and just got in my face and just started going off about my daughter. And it was her son bullying my daughter. And I'd already known the story because I think you called me and told me what happened. And so I already knew the story. And she got me just as I was coming out of my truck. And I was like, I think, did Lexi, one of the kids saw it or something, told Garen what was going on. Garen comes running out and he caught me just in time. I had my hand up in the air and I'm just getting ready to clock her. And Garen grabbed my hand and then he looked at her and pointed at her and said, get out of here now. Because she knew she was getting ready to be toast. I was going to beat her ass.
I don't think she thought she was going to be toast.
No, I don't know. She should have known she was going to be.
And her husband defended her. But the Schadenfreude of the moment was that, 5 or 6 years later, ran into him. And
he said, I finally divorced that crazy lady.
He was not very flattering in his description of her. And I was like, yeah, sorry you had to go through that, brother.
So, but yeah. No. All right. I think on that note, I'm out. It's been a very strange day, a very good day, but a very strange day. And I'm looking at my seed starter trays and I'm wondering why the cat feels the need to sleep on the trays to the point that she breaks everything.
Oh, and I think I may have done a little bit of that too because it got caught in the.
Gotcha.
handle.
Luckily, it's easy enough to fix. It's not broken for right now. I gotta get it fixed. But anyway. So all right, I'm gonna get off.
Okay.
Don't stay on too long.
I'm not.
Okay. All right.
I'm tired.
All right. Love you guys.
Like I said, I didn't get much sleep last night in the middle of the night because of Fancy.
Right.
She does not like the thunder.
I'm sorry. I wish it would thunder and lightning like that every night. I slept so good.
She's neurotic. She really is.
Yeah.
She's no more neurotic than the other dogs though.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Dolly was out munching on Comfrey this afternoon when I let her out.
I was going to ask you, did you finally get the clue when I put the chicken back on the box of dog food that could be dog food? We don't want to eat that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so that's dog food. Okay. And it needs to be dog food like soon.
It'll be dog food tomorrow.
Okay. All right. I'm not eating it. I smelled it and I went, poop, no. I'm not feeding that to anybody, not even myself. All right, guys. Tomorrow, be at least 10% better than you were today. And I shall see
just 10%. No more.
See you next week. You can be more. You can always be more. I only asked 10%. All right. Get off my foot. I'm getting up. Why are you leaving me? Stop.
Who's that? Freya?
No, yeah, Freya. It's laying on my foot.
She's got that dog, man. I take her out. I'm trying to get her so she'll work the animals. She's very neurotic and will not work with them unless I keep her on a leash and I'm teaching her. But she's gotta lay on top of me. So I'll sit down while I'm watching the animals, and she'll get right on top of me, and I'm literally grabbing her by her scruff and pushing her away, and she eats it up. She eats the abuse up. So got to teach her how to do that. And then, like I said, I think Dolly wasn't feeling well today, so she did not do a good job this afternoon.
Hers is hot.
Hers is hot.
Uh-huh.
Made it in. Greer says made it in the thunderstorm with some hail and high winds outside now. Oof. All right. Well, good luck with that. I hope nothing bad happens, man. We've been extremely blessed as far as that goes. We've had some high winds, but the hail hasn't been that bad. And, no major damage. There's some windfall back on the back of the property that needs to be cut up, but I'll get it. It's all the sticky, prickly stuff and the stuff that bites you is all in full bloom and running around out there. So I'm going to let it die down before I go back there and start cutting that stuff up. Okay, let's see. What do we want to talk about? The Carmelo Anthony case. They found him guilty today. And the thing that I find interesting about this whole thing is the commentary by everybody that doesn't really know what the hell they're talking about. It's very interesting to see because it's kind of a snapshot of our society where you've got one group of people that will excuse actions and activities simply because of somebody's skin color. There was a lady I heard on the news, they were interviewing her, and she said that boy's innocent, and we should all stick together and make sure that he's innocent because the white people do it for their people, so we need to do it for our people. And I'm like, wow, that's a very interesting take on it all. Guys, listen, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. We need to make sure that we are intellectually honest, and what we should strive for is the truth, right? And the truth isn't your truth. It's not my truth. It's the truth. And our goal in life should be to align the way we think, our intellectual capacity, as closely to the truth as possible. All right. Now, we're never going to be 100% aligned with the truth because we're sinful, weak people, but we need to strive for it. All right. We were doing well until Cape Cod Bay was attacked a week ago. What happened to Cape Cod Bay? I missed that one. If you can tell me in less than 124 characters or 248 characters, whatever the chat is, explain that to me, Paul, because I'm not.
Explain the first part and then go to the second part.
He said until Cape Cod Bay was. Oh, there was a boom out there. Oh, the booms. Oh yeah. From last week. Okay. Were there more of them? I completely forgot about that. But the whole Carmelo Anthony thing, you know, it's amazing that how quickly somebody can pivot from being a medical expert to becoming a geopolitical expert, to becoming an economic expert, to becoming a legal expert. I mean, they're just the amount of education that people have is amazing. Okay, so there's a meteor, he says.
It was a meteor.
But he said no meteor.
Oh.
So I'm not. The kind of nonsense that came about when words were thought to be the same as violence. Oh yeah. I had a very interesting interaction on UK Urban Preppers. They did an impromptu live because the attempted beheading incident that happened in Scotland yesterday. I don't know if you guys caught that, but some Somali immigrant decided that he was going to behead somebody in the middle of the street in I think it was Glasgow, but it was in Scotland, and people caught it on camera, and luckily a couple of good Samaritans jumped in and got him off it. The last I heard, the guy was still alive. The victim was still alive, but he was in critical condition. But yeah, he was gonna chop this guy's head off. But anyway,
was he also Somalian, or was he?
No, he was a Scottish guy. He was a 41-year-old Scottish guy.
So the 41-year-old was acting Scottish, and the other guy decided he was just gonna.
No, the 41-year-old was walking down the street, and the Somali attacked him out of the blue, from what they're saying. There was no interaction. It's just like they did to the British soldier a couple of years ago.
That's crazy.
You know.
Did you hear about the referee from Somalia? You can't get into our country.
Oh, probably because he's on a terrorist watch list.
Well, that's what the assumption.
Anyway, so the interaction was they were discussing this, but they're very constrained about what they can say, right? And not only, I guess YouTube is Belfast. Was it Belfast, Ireland? I don't know. Sudanese. Anyway, they're correcting me, which is fine. Okay, it was in Belfast, and it was Anti says it was a Sudanese guy. Okay. But anyway, they're very constrained about what they can say, and YouTube is stricter on them over there. Plus, their government holds them accountable if they say anything. So they were going through, and the first thing that was very interesting was the conversation turned to self-defense, and people started. I did not do this. I was not involved in this part. But people started talking about different improvised weapons that they could use, and that's a big no-no. The moderators.
Yep, you'll get cut off. The
moderators and the guys on the panel all were like, no improvised weapons. Don't talk about it. We're not advocating violence, which is fine. But then they started talking about politicians and the law enforcement officers and how they're behaving in the country and all that stuff. And I am a firm believer. This is when I say this I am not advocating violence when I say this. But if you've got law enforcement that is abusing their authority, if you've got politicians that are making your life worse. When I posted the thing 4 days ago that said, yes, politics is personal because it affects you personally, so take it personal, I meant that. You should be upset, and you should treat those people, you should make their lives very uncomfortable when they're out in public, because these law enforcement officers and these politicians, if they live in your area, they live in your neighborhood, and you interact with them, you should make them uncomfortable. You should call them into the carpet anytime you see them, you should remind them who they work for, and not in a threatening manner. You know what I mean? I'm just saying you express your views, and I thought I did a good job of saying it so it didn't come off as threatening, but it was even that in Britain or the UK can get you in trouble because they have a law called common assault is what it's called. And basically it's if you even make a person feel intimidated or they feel threatened, even if you're not threatening them, all they have to do is feel like they're being threatened, you are guilty and you will go to jail. And they apparently they have sent people to jail because the way somebody feels.
That's a liberal recipe.
Huh?
That's a liberal recipe for disaster.
Yes, it's a very big recipe for disaster. But and thank God our country hasn't gotten to the point where you can go to jail just because you make somebody feel. All I got to do is say I feel. I don't have to feel threatened. All I got to do is express that I feel threatened, and I could get you sent to jail in Britain. That is crazy. I can't imagine living like that. I would 100% be looking to leave the country at that point. And so yeah. And that's the responses. Who gets to decide, Paul? The quote unquote victim and the legal system. And I asked them because I'm genuinely curious. I'm trying to learn as much. I asked them, I said, how subjective is this? And the response was as subjective as they want to be. And part of me feels for the law enforcement officers in Britain. Part of me. The other part is like, yeah, they're willingly doing this, but they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place because the policies being handed down. They've taken an oath to uphold the law and the policies, and when they do that, this is the type of stuff that happens. Now, this goes to the conversation about mass civil disobedience and people deciding, I cannot support this system anymore and leaving en masse. The problem with that, and this is one of my problems with the whole all cops are bastards movement and conservatives and patriots or people that call themselves conservatives and patriots that take that stance that all law enforcement is bad. Here's what happens. You alienate the good ones, and so they leave because it's not worth the hassle, and they can go get a better job, and not have the hassle, right? What happens to all those positions that go vacated? The system hires people that will do what they want to do, what they want them to do. So you end up with the very exact type of people that you're complaining about and railing against constantly. So it just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. And I don't want to sound like I'm defending the system or anything, but we need to make sure that when we're calling out these problems, that we're doing it in a manner where in the process we recognize the actions of the good guys, the guys that are actually doing a good job and trying to be conscientious protectors of the people, if you will. Okay, so that was the one thing. The other thing is, I had a sense of dread yesterday, just all day long, just a complete sense of dread, and part of it was discussed at social media, specifically YouTube and preppers and conservatives on YouTube, like really specifically. Go out there and look up prepper stuff or look up current events, and you'll find a whole bunch of, they're cooked. The U.S. is cooked. We're cooked. Or it's over. Or they're doomed and all this stuff. God, I'm getting so sick of all the negativity and the doomsaying out there, because I literally quit listening to some people that I used to listen to all the time, because they're a broken record. And it's one thing having a qualm with stuff that the Trump administration has done. It's another thing to harp on every single thing and not recognize anything good that's come out of it. And it's one thing to crow. Is crow the right word? It's one thing to talk about, whenever the Marxists in the country are handed setbacks and stuff, but to constantly say, "Oh, they're cooked. It's over." No, they're not. They're not cooked. They're not over. I've been hearing this for over a decade now, and the left. Let me rephrase that. The radical left is just as strong, if not stronger today than it was back then. And I don't know. I know a lot of it is people just trying to clickbait and get people to watch their stuff. But God, it gets so tiresome. I'm tired of it. Okay, let's see here. Child, yes, in Britain, child essayists do spend less time than somebody that makes a meme. Making a meme is hard. Seems only certain people can be offended about about you. Do we have a right to be offended? Well, how do I respond to that? If you listen to the media, only certain people are allowed to be offended. Quite frankly, I don't care what they say anymore. They've completely. We're going to talk about loss of trust here in just a second. All right, we're going to talk about loss of trust. So I'll get back to that. Okay. The same group that became Nazis. Be careful throwing that word around, man. Be careful throwing that word around. I agree with you up to a point, but we need to be extremely careful, because that word, I did that short the other day. That word has absolutely no, you call me a Nazi all you want, because all that means is that you disagree with what I'm saying anymore. Seriously. Calling me a Nazi does not bother me one bit. You call me a racist too, because all racism means today is somebody that can see patterns. I talked about that. I don't know if I talked about it on Tuesday or Sunday night, but yeah, they just don't have. They don't have the same oomph with me. Hee-haw song, gloom, despair, and agony on me. Oh, absolutely. But I seriously, I was tired of it. I was like, man, why can't I? In fact, the last 2 or 3 days, I've been purposely not watching anything that even remotely comes close to that, because I quite frankly can't take it anymore. I'm just tired of it. Yes, things are bad, but God, if you listen to people on the internet, you would think that the world is completely falling apart at the seams. And yes, we have problems. And yes, they seem insurmountable at times. But my God, it's not. The other side is not cooked, and we're not doomed the way people are talking about it. Mean people who goes along with the molding of the people who work with us. Yeah, I can see what you're saying there. Oh, you turned that stove on. It got hot in here.
It's been hot in here.
No. She's over there cooking some. Okay, so somebody gave her some tortilla shells, but they're like only partially cooked. They've got like a little freshness pack in them, and you literally have to. You literally throw them on the burner and brown them up and finish cooking them. And I had them. And here, I'm going to say this to you on live air. If you're going to cook them, I'd rather you make them from scratch, because those were not the best, in my opinion. I'm going to eat them because they're there.
They're better fresh than freshly cooked. I don't think they're meant to sit.
Oh, okay.
And so I agree with you.
I'd still rather have you make them fresh.
So I told Robin the same thing. I said, I don't like the way these look. They looked way better last night. And she thought they were good, but she also doesn't know my Mexican food except for what I make.
I'm sorry, somebody that grew up in Kansas and never been to the Southwest or Mexico doesn't know.
I don't know if she grew up in Kansas.
I'm just saying.
It's not fair.
I'm just saying. Taco Bell is the pinnacle of Mexican food around here for a lot of people. So yeah, you just okay. Let's see what we got going on here. YouTube Doomsayers are just going to watch ours. We'll do all videos at minimum amount of time and clickbait titles. Yeah, absolutely. Or tell you that if you don't buy it from their store, you're going to die during the apocalypse. Which, by the way, if you don't buy our T-shirts at the end of the world,
we're going to die.
If you don't buy our T-shirts at the end of it's going to be the end of the world. Speaking of, I wanted to show you guys this. Let's see. Share. Come on. There we go. So this is the last night of the sale. It's 20% off everything on every purchase, which will save you taxes and shipping on any product that you buy. Just letting you know. And so here are the what the hell's that? Oh, she turned the fan on.
I didn't turn it on.
Anyway, so here are the designs. We're not allowed to mention those because those will get us banned off of YouTube. But we've got the good old anarchy sign. We've got the mom life fueled by coffee and chaos. The permaculture enthusiast logo or design. I drink and grow things. Little take on Game of Thrones there. The Nasrani, never alone. Liberty, freedom tempered by morals and ethics. Good old Grumpy Acres logo. Let's see here. We got the taxation is theft. Seriously, that's a good one to get conversation started. And then the keep calm and homestead on design. So there you go. There's my little plug. Remember, if you go to the link down below, go get yourself a T-shirt and get 20% off. It expires today. Spreadshop runs these discounts on a regular basis. I'm going to start letting you guys know in case anybody wants to partake. Let's see here. What's this? Boy, the guineas are going off. Welcome to the club. I tuned out repetitive people long ago. Most social media a couple of years ago. I don't need the mental garbage running through my head. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to lie. I get on there and I go to sleep with it because it's white noise, and I'll spend some time. If I just want to disconnect my brain, I'll spend time just listening to something that makes absolutely no sense. Been getting into a lot of Dungeons and Dragons type of stuff, like old school solo games and all that recently. For some reason, I found a channel that talks about that stuff. So I was like, well, that's kind of cool. And I told my son the other day, I'm kind of, I'd like to have some sort of hobby or activity where I could just disconnect my mind and do something like that. And so I'm seriously thinking about spending $10-15 on some solo role-playing game that I could do by myself and just disconnect for a little bit, do my writing and then disconnect, whatever. Let's see here. What else do I want to talk about? We got Carmelo Anthony. We got the violence. We got the doom scrollers. I had one more thing, but I can't remember what it is. Do you remember what it was I was thinking of?
No.
Well, you always tell me what I'm thinking. I figured maybe you knew. What's that look for?
You say I always tell you what you're thinking when what?
I said you always tell me what I'm thinking, so I figured you knew what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. That's you know what? If what was on my mind was important, I would remember it. So I don't remember it. I do not remember it, so I'm not going to worry about it. Ticks are mobs of kids taking over the mall. Well, I don't know about kids taking over the mall because I haven't been to a mall in ages. And quite frankly, that's a city problem. And
kids have been taking over malls since the 80s.
And I've got Dana, I've got to the point now to where I don't live in the city, so I don't worry about city problems. I don't like going in there, so I take precautions when I go in there, and
I don't think we've been to a mall in years.
I haven't.
Been to a mall since Bannister Mall was open, and it's been down since what? 20 years?
20 years almost. Let's see here. Camp Bakers, I forgot. Have you fully decided no Vinter live series? What's Vinter? You're gonna have to, I think that is that a misspelling, Anti? I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Oh, the live. That's what I wanted to talk about. The live on Sunday. So the second one is coming up next Sunday. I'm gonna do it same time. Going back and reflecting on the way I did that live, talking about the part one of the natural rights series. I'm not going to interject my personal opinions in it anymore. I'm gonna stick to the script. I'm not there to sway anybody by giving my personal opinion on stuff. I'm just going to talk about the facts. So hopefully I don't stray off course. And if I do start straying off course, I hope you guys say something and put me back on put me back on track. No, it's spelled correct. I'm not quite sure what the Vinter no Vinter live series. You're gonna have to either tell me, spell it out here on chat or email me because dude, I'm drawing a complete blank. Let's see here. Lynn goes to the mall on 12/26 every year. Calendars are 50% off.
Smart.
Yes, smart. That's what this one used to go shopping for Christmas lights the day after Christmas because Big Lots would have everything on sale for like 75% off. Oh goodness, that's about it, guys. You guys. Oh, Dana wanted to talk about ticks. You know, I'm gonna do a video. I was telling Angela I am gonna do a video about ticks because they are really bad this year. And the guineas and stuff are doing a great job keeping them directly away from the house. But you get 25, 30 yards away from the house and you find them on you. You know, so I'm gonna do about that. And the whole boxes of ticks things.
So they need to know.
Oh, the wine series.
They need to know about vanilla extract.
What about vanilla extract?
If you put vanilla extract on your body, you will not get ticks and you will not get mosquito bites.
Angela says if you smear yourself with vanilla extract,
you'll smell like a stripper, but you'll be safe.
You'll smell like a girl named Jasmine, and the ticks and the mosquitoes will not get you. The wine series. Not anytime soon, man. Number one, it's entirely too hot. If I'm gonna make wine, it's gonna be sometime in the fall when it's cooled down. You know, because we don't run the AC very often, and it gets entirely too hot in here. And I guess I could put it under the house. But then I'm still having to heat the water up and do all that stuff, and it's just, you know, I've still got to build an outside. If I had an outside kitchen, I probably could do it in the summertime. But so yeah, it's unfortunately I didn't get to it this winter, so I'm gonna have to wait to do that. Oh, and it's Vintner. That's why that's where the disconnect was. Yeah, the winemaking. Okay.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, he was spelling it Vinter, and I was like, I could not connect the dots properly. That was my fault that time. I'm not saying you didn't. I'm not saying that you can't spell. I'm saying that I normally would be able to decipher that out, but not anymore. Guys, that's about it. I don't have anything. I don't have anything really groundbreaking to share with you guys. As far as anything current events and everything. Here's what I'll say. This is what I'll leave you guys with. If we want things to change, we're gonna have to do it ourselves. All right? You can't rely on somebody else to start the changes. You have to do it yourselves. And you know where it starts? Go outside tomorrow morning and stand in your front yard and then look down at your feet. And it starts right there in the grass under your shoes. And it starts in that space between your ears. And you have to get the right mindset. And that's part of what I try to do here on the channel is show you guys a mindset that will help us cope with what unfortunately is coming our way. I said things aren't as bad as what people make them out to be, but things are rough, and they're probably going to get rougher. And we have to be ready for it. Community's been on my mind a lot recently because, quite frankly, the community here has not panned out as fully as we had hoped it would, and so we have to take steps. When I say we, Angela and I have to take steps to try to get things moving in the right direction. And there's going to be pushback. Not going to lie, there's going to be people who are going to be offended that we're saying the stuff that we say, but it is what it is, right? Let's see here. If not now, when? If not us, who? Absolutely. So keep that in mind. Oh, let's see. How does Angela know what a stripper smells like?
Oh, Daniel told me. Son of Hacks told me.
Oh, Son of Hacks told her.
He told me it smelled like a stripper.
Why are you smelling like a stripper?
Because I wear vanilla extract oil when I go out, or vanilla extract when I go out in the woods.
So Angela smells like a stripper. That's why she knows. Oh, before we go, one last thing. I wanted to share something with you. I saw this. Where is it? Give me 1 second, guys.
And was that Lynn who asked?
Yeah, that was Lynn.
Does he not remember Kat?
Is not Pat.
Did Gillian married?
Oh yeah, you don't remember? Oh God, what was the kid's name? He married the stripper.
Gillian.
No, Gillian was it? Gideon. You don't remember Gideon from Marine Barracks that married the stripper? Did she smell like vanilla?
She smelled like vanilla all the
Oh,
time.
Angela says that his wife smelled like vanilla.
She would get off work and she couldn't take a shower.
Yeah, she did. That was a strange young man and a strange relationship. I'm telling you what. So, here it is. I'm going to share, and I'm not putting this up there. I'm not putting this up to get you guys to try to buy something. I found this very interesting. Let's see here. Stop screen. Share screen. So Jace has what they call a bunker in a box now. And when you look at the price, you'll understand why I'm not saying, hey, I want you to buy this. Look at the price on that. That thing is $2,000. But it comes, let's see if it, let's see. So it's a fully integrated preparedness system combined with prescription meds, first aid, food, water, durable storage in one ready-to-go solution. And if you can't see that, there's a what looks like a 3-gallon water brick in there. There's your prescription medical case. There's your first aid kit there. There's some emergency food right there. Man, I'm telling you what, guys. Hey, he says he remembers him smelling like ferret pee.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I remember that too, Lynn. Long story. Hey, at one time, I'll have to get Lynn on here, and we will have to tell the stories from Washington D.C. because there's some crazy stuff. Yeah, you know what? If I do an outside kitchen, I'm gonna do it because I'll make a video on it because I will be doing it on the cheap. I will not be doing one of these. Hey, you got to spend $5,000 for an outdoor kitchen. I'm going to be doing it much cheaper because I can't afford that kind of money.
But it's going to be functional for canning.
Yes, it's going to be fun. Angela's like, it's going to be functional for canning. But yeah, this is this bunker in a box, man. I was like, you know, if you got $2,000 and you can spend it on something like that, go ahead and buy it. I mean, just for the water brick and all that stuff. But trust me, if you were in the situation we were in, you would know exactly what ferret pee smells like. Can't talk. Yes, and it is.
We've never owned ferrets. I want to make that clear.
Yes, we have never owned ferrets. We just
know people who have.
Len and I were stationed with the guy we were just talking about that did own ferrets, and ferrets are very stinky animals. Very stinky animals.
Of course, she was always stripping, and he was in the Marine Corps, so she didn't have time to clean.
Carolina cookers. I have to check those out when we get off here. But yeah, so there you go. I wanted to share that with you. That was one of the things I wanted to share because I was like, man, it's a good idea, but $2,000, who the hell's going to buy that?
$2,000 for what?
The Jace's bunker in a box.
Bunker in a box.
It's basically a $2,000 72-hour survival kit.
Well, we better have a hell of a lot of stuff
in a Pelican hard case and a durable water brick and all kinds of stuff. But
there's people that'll buy it though.
Yeah, well, you know what? More power to them, man. Like I said, guys, listen. That bunker in a box thing, money, time, and energy, man, you're gonna spend no matter what you do, you're gonna spend one or more of those three things. And if you've got the money to buy something like that, more power to you. I'm happy for you.
And not to mention that when we're in those situations that we can build that kind of stuff, we get it at a discount, so it may cost them more than that to put it together.
Yep.
And you know that's a fact.
Paul says you can get 2 Carolina burners for $49. I'm going to have to look up what a Carolina burner is after we get off here. All right, guys, look, we've been at this an hour and a half. I really appreciate you guys coming. Remember, it's all about mindset. It all starts with you, as cliche as that sounds. None of this change happens accidentally. The crap that's being done to us is intentional, so we have to be intentional in return. All right, I hope to see you guys on Sunday. I did really enjoy it, even though it was a little rough around the edges. This is that natural rights thing is something that's very dear to me. You guys go out and share what we talked about with people tonight and go live a life done free. Okay, go take care.
Do you ever think about living in a world where we don't have access to modern medicine anymore?
Infections just aren't going to heal themselves. They're just not going to magically get fixed.
These medications will become life-saving for you and the people you care about. It's all done online through the Jace Medical portal.
This kit right here, it's called the Jace case.
Jace Medical, they can supply you with emergency antibiotics.
If somebody gets really sick, that might be the only thing that can save their life.
And it's full of the top 5 antibiotics that we would need in an emergency situation.
It's an actual doctor that's prescribing you to this. It can be tailored for you specifically.
Getting our Jace case was super simple. We just went on their website, filled out a short form. It was reviewed by a board-certified physician, and then he wrote the prescription and mailed this to us from a real pharmacy.
This is a great addition to your medical kit.